bitch can't tell me to leave my man. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to listen to your kids hooting and hollering and arguing all day, so what makes you think your kids want to listen to their mom and their daddies hooting and hollering all day? The kids don't want to hear, bitch. That's what the fuck I saw. Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Just Jadapod, where we talk about all things womanhood, motherhood, and a little bit of what's going on in the hood as well. Make sure you guys get cozy, get whatever makes you comfortable, and get ready to tune in to your midweek pick-me-up. Hey you guys, I missed you guys. I miss recording episodes. I really truly just enjoy recording episodes, having a little girl talk, having a little girl chat, and just, doing all things. So yes, I'm excited to be back today with a fresh new episode. This is the last episode for the month of February, and I'm just so excited. Like I told y'all, February was Love Month. Love all things Love Month and all the things in between. It's just like my favorite month. My birthday is not even in February, but I just love February so much because of the simple fact Valentine's Day is in the month of February, and I'm just like certified lover girl. Ella May dropped this month, and she's like the head of the Lover Girls, and I'm just like Lover Girl Blitz, okay? Lover Girl Blitz, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get into this week's episode. Got some good topics today that I am so excited to cover with you guys, so let's go ahead and get into it. For our first segment for today, we're going to tap into our Just a Girl segment where we talk about all things womanhood, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, the all in betweens. So the topic for today is telling different friends different problems. So somebody actually sent me this topic. It was a friend of mine who sent me this topic, and she was like, she wanted me to like talk about it in our Just a Girl segment for this week. And I'm just like, yes, girl, why not? Send me in stuff to talk about. I'll be more than happy to. So for that, so like what we mean by that is like, do you tell different friends different things? Like, do you tell your single friends your married problems? Do you tell your married friends like your single problems? Like, is there a balance of what you tell certain friends? Like, do you tell your best friend this, or are you going to tell your best friend the same thing that you tell your other friend, like your free spirited friend? Are you going to tell your best friend that's in a long committed relationship, like this is what's going on in your life? And also, are you going to tell your free-spirited friend, your friend that's outside every weekend, that's got different niggas, that's, doing the things, living life, that's young, wild, and free, you know what I'm saying? Or do you tell your friends certain things, or do you just not? Do you just tell all your friends everything? Or do you just not tell your friends nothing? Because ain't nothing wrong with that, bitch. Ain't nothing wrong. That used to be me. Now I'm starting to, like, open up a little bit when it comes to two of my friends, and I feel it to be great. One of them is married and one of them is in a relationship. But I feel like before then, I used to just only vent to my friend's mom. Love her down to. So shout out to Narshonder, because she is my personal diary. Every time I get mad, every time I get pissed off, I go to her because she is married and she's been into a long lasting marriage since I was a kid. She's been married, so I'm a grown ass woman now. So I know she's been married for over 10 years because I've been married for 10 years. So shout out to Narshonder Brown Smith for being my diary. I still go to her about a lot of stuff. Love her down, because I do honestly feel like, even though I start to open up to my friends, I do feel like you shouldn't really just go to your single. Like my friend that I go to, she's not single. She's in a relationship, but she's not married. I go to her even though the bitch, she gives good advice. She don't take her own advice, but she gives good advice. So I feel like I can go to her about like my problems and what's going on. I don't believe in telling a bitch to leave a man. Like, I'm not gonna tell my friends to leave a man, because I feel like people gonna leave when they get ready to leave. Like, and I'm not gonna be the person in your ear saying, bitch, you need to leave him, ho. He's a dog ass nigga. You need to leave him, this and that. Because I don't want my friend to feel like she can't come to me and tell me something without me saying leave her man. Because the bitch can't tell me to leave my man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave when I get ready to. Or if I feel the urge to leave, that's when I'm gonna leave. Like, can't nobody tell me to leave my man. And I don't want a bitch telling me to leave my man. I'm coming to vent to you. I want you to sit here and want you to listen. Don't want you to tell me to leave my man. Unless I make it a point to ask you, do you think I should leave or do you think I should stay? I feel like it's not your place to try and convince me or tell me to leave my man. And I feel like nobody should do that. I'm not gonna tell a bitch to leave a man. I don't care what's going on unless they are physically harming you, like physically harming you, whooping your ass, beating you, giving you diseases and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be like, hey, bitch, okay, what are we doing? What's going on? That's what I'm gonna say. Like, bitch, you need to leave. But if it's not like that, I'm not gonna try to convince a bitch to leave her man because I don't know. I'm just not. That's just not me. You know what I'm saying? That's just not me. That used to be me though. I used to have a friend, and I used to tell her, my friend, I'm not gonna say no names because I don't know who be watching this, but I used to tell her, yes, yo nigga ain't shit. I don't like him. You need to leave him. I don't like shit about him. He be doing this and this, like sending pictures to her, screenshots of shit he been doing. The bitch ain't never leave, and now me and the nigga beefed out. You see what I'm saying? So don't even put yourself in the middle to where your friend is never leaving this nigga, and he gonna be around at the kids' birthday parties. He gonna be at the wedding with you because your friend gonna be in the wedding. Don't put yourself in a position for this nigga to be beefed out with you and your friend ain't never leaving him. And then my friend that I'm talking about, y'all, the bitch used to go back and tell the nigga, oh yeah, Jada said it. Oh yeah, this person said it. Oh yeah, this person said it. So it's just like, bitch, never give up your source. You know what I mean? Never give up your source. So it just depends. It just depends. Like, bitch, I'm not gonna come tell you all this. Then you go tell this nigga now this nigga don't like me. His head nose turned up at me when I come around to y'all house. Girl, fuck you. Fuck him. Now. So so like, yeah, no, them the kind of friends, yeah, no, bitch. Yeah, don't piss me off. Don't piss. I don't even play. I don't even play. I don't even play. Like, don't do that. But yes, like a friend that's. I feel I'm getting off subject. But do I believe like telling different friends different things? I do believe it to a certain extent. I do feel like I'm in a space right now with the two friends that the two friends that are really close to me. I feel like I can tell them both like what's going on and like vent to them both, even though one is married and then one is in a relationship. I feel like if the one that's in a relationship became single, I would still like vent to her. I feel like it also depends on personalities, like as well, like how is this friend, like what's this friend's personality? Like if you ain't gonna go vent to a friend about your long in marriage, you're not gonna go vent to this friend that leave a nigga if he leave a toilet seat up. You know what I'm saying? Because this friend is not all the way there when it comes to relationships, okay? She's a little fireball. She gonna tell you to leave your nigga. If you ain't ready to leave your nigga, don't let a bitch convince you to leave your nigga if you ain't ready to leave him, okay? You leave when you get ready to. Because I do feel like relationships, I always get sidetracked. I do feel like relationships are built on, trials and tribulations and hard times and things. That's how you see if a relationship withstands, the test of time, the test of things happening, the test of life, bitch. So I feel like don't let a bitch tell you to leave your nigga, bitch. You leave when you get motherfucking ready, okay? You leave when you get motherfucking ready. And also creating a safe space creating a space safe for your friends to vent. Like me, I let my friends vent, and I let them, and when they let me vent, I don't be wanting to check up. Like, don't check up on me. Like, and this just goes to you, like knowing your friends, like knowing how your friends are for you to vent to them. I feel like sometimes it don't depends on if they're single or if they're in a relationship or if they're married or whatever the case may be. It just depends on their characteristics. Like when I vent to my two friends that I vent to, they don't check up. And I don't check up when they vent to me. Like they'll be like, okay, bitch, so what happened? No, I just give you a safe space to vent. And if you want to give me an update on what happened, I'll take that update. But I'm not going to be like, girl, what happened when you did this? Or what happened when he came home? What happened with this and this? Because I just feel like that's just not necessary. I feel like it's just not that it's just not necessary, but I feel like if they want to tell you, they will. Like, don't be pushing the issue to, get information. If I'm saying that correctly. I don't know if it's get information or... Like, just don't press the issue. Let your friend come to you with their problems. Don't push the issue as far as, like, getting updates and shit. Because, bitch, if I want to give you an update, I probably want to give you an update because there are times when I have vented in the future, in the past, I mean, and I'm just like, get off the phone with that person. I'm like, why did I even call that person and tell that person that? So if I just got off the phone with you and I'm just like, why did I call that person to even tell them that? And you calling me for an update, bitch, I got an attitude. I'm aggravated. Don't call me for the motherfucking update because no. 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 So yeah, that's another thing that I had listed. And then this goes back to my statement of like you gotta know like this is a friend that you trust with your information, and this is a friend that you feel comfortable with venting with, a friend that you feel like ain't gonna go and tell the next bitch because bitches got a hard with going to go tell their friends business like. Bitch, no. This is your friend is not my friend. Your friend is not my friend. So don't go telling your friend my motherfucking business. Now your friend know what the fuck going on in my relationship when you're my friend. This bitch is not my friend. Even if we share a mutual friend, what if I wanted to tell you this and vent to you about this and I didn't want to tell motherfucking Tasha? You ain't gonna go tell Tasha just because we friends and now Tasha knowing some shit I ain't want Tasha to know. You know what I'm saying? Because different friends serve different purposes and different friends have different relationship with friends. Like all of us is not as close. Like when I was younger, we used to have a big friend group, like a big friend circle. And it's just like if I go tell this person something that I consider my best friend, I don't expect her to go tell our friend. Because if I wanted all of us to know, I would have put all of us in a motherfucking group chat or something. Like, you just don't do that. That's why it's important to know your friends, to know the relationships that you have with these friends, and just move on like that. I feel like I'm talking in circles, but I hope that I'm getting my point across. Because, yeah. But I do feel like venting is necessary. Like I said, I wasn't a big venter until just recently. Now I vent to my friends, and my best friend, she told me she's actually so happy that I do because I always just keep stuff in and never just let it out. But I do feel like it's important to have that person and have a person or two that you can vent to and let everything out to, because I'm just like the problem solver, okay? I feel like I give great advice and my friends come to me, so it just feels good that recently I'm able to go to them and they're able to, just give me some insight on how they feel about stuff and how I should go about it. And it's cute because I've never just like had that in my 29 years of living. I never just had that like going to somebody about my relationship, like I said, other than Narshonder, which was my friend's mom. So yeah. I'm excited. I'm not so excited, but I'm happy to be able to, start doing that now because it's important. It's important to, vent to your friends and be able to have somebody to go to. So, yeah. It's just like a big emotional release. Like, you just feel like you take some weights off of your shoulders instead of just trying to carry everything on your shoulders. And it's like I told you, I like to talk, I like to communicate. I like to get other perspectives on things, even though I feel like I put myself, I don't know, because I can't say it because I'm not experiencing me as a partner, but I like to think for the most part, I put myself in my partner's shoes when we're having a discussion. So, yeah. I would say, to answer the question, I always go back to the question at the end, how do I feel about telling different friends different problems? I feel like you got to do what works for you, and I feel like you got to do what works for you. It's different for everybody, and I feel like it's all about that person. Like it's all about that specific person, because you can say like you only event to your married friends. But what if your married friend is a cheating bitch? You know what I'm saying? It's somebody that cheats. Like, do you really want to be taking advice from her? So I feel like it just depends on the different friends and the different relationships that you have with these friends and how you trust them and how they move in life. It's like a lot of stuff that plays a part into it. I hope I wasn't rambling in that segment. I hope you guys got something out of it. I feel like I was rambling a little bit, but I feel like I made it make sense a little bit. All right, so for the next segment, it's our Just a Mom segment where we talk about all things motherhood. And so for this week's topic, we have disagreeing on parenting and how do we come to a middle ground. I told Michael I feel like 90% of our arguments come from the kids. Like, I feel like 90% of our arguments are something that we don't agree on with the kids. And it be like the littlest things. Like, for example, like, let me tell you how it used to go before I go into that. Like, we used to, if we didn't agree with something, we used to argue right then and there. I used to say no, like right in front of her, right in front of them. I used to be very vocal about it. Like, I didn't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with the way that you just yelled at her. I'm gonna say something about it. I don't agree with the way what you just said to her. I'm gonna say something about it right then and right there. I'm gonna get my issue right then and right there. That's how I used to be. And oh my God, thank you for growth. Because, and then I'm not gonna say that I made a whole 100% change, because sometimes I do still, and that's just me being honest. Sometimes I do still like say, like right then and there. But for the most part, I do try and like talk about it like later, like not right then and there. I try to talk about it later with him, and we try to come into a middle ground, not in front of her, because Kinsley is getting bigger. This is about Kinsley specifically. Kalani, she's still a little young, but Kinsley, she knows things, she remembers things, and it came to a point where she felt like I can get her out of shit that was right, and then no. And then I don't want her to come to a point to like where she's being rebellious towards my husband, and like feeling like he can't tell her nothing, because he can tell you something. Okay, we ain't gonna give a side eye feel. He can tell you something. So I had to stop that. Like, you have to see that ain't right. You know, you have to realize that ain't right, and you want healthy forms of communication in front of your children. So I stopped doing it, y'all. I catch myself sometimes doing it. That's just me being honest. But for the most part, I don't do it anymore, and it's better. For now, I try to bring it up later, and we talk about it outside of Kinsley, and then we come back to Kinsley maybe the next day, and we, let her know how we feel about the subject and feel about, what was discussed earlier. Like, we know Daddy said this, and where apologies need to be had. Like, if I need to apologize, if he needs to apologize, we apologize to her, and we just let her know, like, moving forward, this is what it is, and this is what it ain't gonna be. I feel like that's a healthy way to go about it. You don't want to teach your kids that like arguing and doing all that hooting and hollering and all that is a healthy form of communication, because it's not. You want to teach them healthy forms of communication. You want to teach them how to talk to one another and disagree and agree to disagree, and also to disagree without it being an argument every single time. Like, it does not have to be an argument every single time you disagree with somebody. Like, it's okay to have a healthy disagreement. Like, you feel like this, I feel like this. Okay, we can come to a middle ground, or we don't, but it doesn't have to lead into an argument. Who wants to be in a motherfucking house with their mamas and daddies just hooting and hollering all motherfucking day? No kid want to listen to that all day. If you don't want to listen to your kids hooting and hollering and arguing all day, so what makes you think your kids want to listen to their mom and their daddies hooting and hollering all day? The kids don't want to hear it, bitch. So just calm down, learn how to effectively communicate. And it's not about just communicating. It's like listening to understand. Like, you talk, say what you got to say. I'm going to shut the fuck up. And I'm going to talk. You say what you got to say. I'm going to say what I got to say, and you shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to do it. It may be hard, but I feel like it's something that, like, we need to work on. Like, everybody needs to work on, like, if you're in a relationship, like, that just healthy form of communication. I feel like it can be done. It's easy. It may be hard, like, if you're a person like Michael. I'm gonna give him for an example. Like, he's the type of person, like, when we having a disagreement or we talking about something, he has to stop and get what he got to say out right then and there. And we are working on it. Him not saying nothing until I'm done talking, and then you talk. Because what you say, what you're trying to blurt out and say right then and there might not even be a factor after I get done saying what I got to say, because I'm already addressed it. I've already answered your question, or already, you know what I'm saying? I already addressed what you were going to say or coming on. So it's just like, shut up, let me get what I got to say out, and then you go. And then I'm going to shut the fuck up while you get what you got to say out. And I feel like it's just like respect. You got to be, that is for people that like want to listen to respond, not listen to understand what the other person is saying or what the other person is trying to say. So that has been one thing that we have been really, really, really working on, as far as like not interrupting each other, not blurting out at the beginning of things, like just sitting there, shutting the fuck up and trying to listen to what the other person is saying. I feel like that stuff shouldn't be done in front of kids. Like, no, you don't want your kids to feel like everything is perfect, everything is fine and dandy, but you don't want your kids to be listening to heated arguments because kids remember these things. I remember one time Kinsley said, all y'all do is argue, argue, argue. That that was just like, okay, bitch, no. I don't want that view and image of my kids, us on my kids. So like we dial back. Like we not gonna argue in front of these kids. Like we not gonna argue in front of these kids. We just gonna, if we need to have an argument, we just gonna save it for later. Because I don't want my kids to be feeling like, damn, all my parents do is fucking argue. She gonna be going to the school with her motherfucking kid, her friends saying, my parents, they argue all day and all night. That's all they do. So I feel like, back to the question, disagreeing, what was it? What was it? What was it? Disagreeing on parenting and how do we come to a middle ground? I feel like coming to a middle ground looks like come with just you two, no kids involved, just you two, compromising. Like, for example, with nail polish, Michael does not do nail polish, y'all. He does not do nail polish. And I told him I feel like he's robbing me of an experience with my daughters. Like, we can go get our nails and toes done at the nail shop together because you don't like nail polish. His compromise was she can go to the nail shop and get her toes done. She just got to get clear polish right now. I feel like that's not a good compromise, but I do have to acknowledge the fact that he is letting me still have that experience because my issue was you're robbing me of an experience. So he's letting me get that experience with her, but he's just not, he feels strongly about no nail polish. So that's a good compromise. I feel like coming to a mutual agreement is about compromise. You might have to bite your tongue a little bit. You might have to say, ugh, I really don't want this, but go ahead. You might have to charge it sometimes and just let the other person have it. You don't have to win every argument. You don't have to win every debate. You don't have to always have the upper hand. Sometimes you got to let them have it because he feels so deeply about this nail polish and like, if it's a whole thing to where he's just like not giving up and he's just like so persistent about like no nail polish, it must really, really bothers him. And why would I want my husband to be bothered over some little nail polish? Like it just don't like. And at the end of the day, I feel like I want the experience more than her. Like, it's not hurting her if she don't go get nail polish. Yes, she asked about it, but she's not as just, so persistent about it as I am. Like, she's not as passionate about it as I am. So it's like, it's not hurting her if she don't go get it. You know what I'm saying? Everything's going to be fine, bitch. Calm down, relax. And I feel like that's what make it better. Like, marriage is about compromise, and I feel like you got to be willing to compromise. You got to be willing to just throw in the towel, some things, and just let it go. Because if not, it's just going to be an argument every day, all day. And, bitch, who wants to argue every day, all day? Nobody has time for that. Nobody has the time for that, okay? And you have to be willing to put yourself in your partner's shoes. Like, how would you feel if this was this? Or how would you feel if you was on the other side of this? So yeah, that's all right, you guys. For our next segment is our Just Saw This segment where we talk about things that we just saw online that we want to tap into and talk about. And for this week's Just Saw This segment, we're going to tap into, y'all, did y'all see the video of the person with the Tourette syndrome blurting out at the British Awards when Michael B. Jordan and what was the other man's name? Michael B. Jordan and Michael B. Jordan and where is it? When Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, I could not think of his name to save my life. I'm gonna insert the video right here.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making. We're here to celebrate.
And I'm just like was taken aback because like for what I remember about Tourette syndrome, what I remember is from the movie, what is it, Deuce Bigalow, the Male Gigolo. He went on a date with a girl, and she had Tourette. She just had outbursts all the time. So I went to go educate myself before I tapped into this subject because I really want to understand. So when I went to educate myself, I saw that the causes of it, like the effects of it could be face blinking, facial grimacing, shoulder shrugging, head jerking, throat clenching. What does that say? Throat clearing, grunting, repeating words, and rarely blurting out inappropriate words. It's called another thing, coroloplulia, and it's uncommon. I just feel like that was so fucking inappropriate. And to think, they said that someone brought up a Palestine or something like that, about Palestine, and they took that out of like the airing of it because it was pre-recorded. So they took that out of the airing of it. Bitch, y'all can take out when that person with the Tourette syndrome said nigga. Y'all wanted that to be heard. Like, y'all wanted that to be heard by the viewers. And I was just, like, so aggravated. I was so taken aback, like, bitch, what? Then the person who said it, they was like, nigger, bitch. Excuse me? I feel like let that have been a black person, it would have been taken to a whole nother level. And I also feel like, what if these black men weren't so respectable? You know what I'm saying? What if they would have went hard? What if they would have went down there and caused the issue, caused the scene, like caused anything with this person? Like, it would have been a whole nother problem. What if they would have sought revenge? I feel like they did not protect these black men. And to think, in Black History Month, to think, in Black History Month, you gonna pull some shit like that? Excuse the fuck out of me. Excuse the fuck out of me. Not in Black History Month. But you could have did this in January or March. It would have been cool. But you could have did it in January and March. But you're going to do this in Black History Month. I don't fuck with it. I don't fuck with it. I feel like it was rude. It was so racist. And like, let's not forget, like, it was just so unacceptable. And let's not forget, it is 2026. Black people, we are here. We are here. We ain't going nowhere. We are free. We are not with chains. We not with nothing. We is here. We are free, okay? Y'all got to get used to it. Like, get over it. Like, throwing racial slurs like that is just so disgusting. It's just so bad. And if we react off of it, we are called angry black people. No. Y'all gonna have to respect us around this bitch, okay? That's what y'all gonna have to do. Start respecting us around this bitch, because that was just so rude, so uncalled for, so nasty, so disrespectful, so distasteful. And I feel like it doesn't matter that that person had Tourette syndrome, because I feel like even with that, you can control what you're saying. Like, you can't control what you're saying, but you can control what you're saying. Like, how do you even know what nigga is with Tourette syndrome? Like, somebody, what movies you watching, what you reading up on, what you listening to that you even know what a nigger is? How did you know it was two niggas standing up there? You know what I'm saying? How did you know that? It was just like, I didn't like it. It was distasteful. I hated it. I hated everything about it, actually. And I feel like he should have been thrown out. They said that they didn't throw him out until a couple of outbursts later. No, they should have thrown him out when he stood right there and disrespected those two black men. And black people got to start standing up for themselves. They have to. I would have just left the stage right then and there, not presented a damn thing. And so they got him out of there. Stop showing up to these awards where we're not appreciated, we're not valued, and stop presenting for these people. Let them have all the whites present, because they don't want to respect us. That's just how I feel. But yeah, that's what the fuck I saw. That is what the fuck I saw. All right, you guys. This is the last segment for today, and this is my favorite segment of all times. I love this segment. It's my favorite segment of the podcast. I say this all the time because it is, and it's just my perspective segment where I talk about things that you guys send in, and I give my perspective on it. So this week's Just My Perspective, I'm talking about something that me and my friend was talking about it, and it's something that happened up in her life. So basically, my friend has a son by a man who is her like baby father or whatever. And basically, the little son went over to the baby's his dad's house, and his dad taught him how to unassemble and reassemble a gun without any communication to her, without like, hey, this is what we doing today type of thing. Like I told y'all, I put myself in all, the kids 12, if that matters. I put myself into all, people's shoes. Like I told her, I'm like, hey, maybe it was something that he wanted to do with his son to bond with him. Like, how cool is it that your dad teach you how to assemble and reassemble and disassemble a gun? Like, that's something that they can bond on over father and son. I feel like where my problem come in at, it would be the age, and like also what is the lesson that you're teaching him behind this? Are you just teaching him how to do it, or are you actually teaching him a lesson about gun violence? Are you teaching him a lesson about, protecting yourself? Are you teaching him a lesson about, how to use a gun, when to use a gun? Or you just teaching him like, hey, this is how you do this? I feel like I would have a problem with it if you're just teaching him like, hey, this is how you do this. If you're not actually teaching him and having him a lesson behind it, because the gun violence and things like that is very serious nowadays in the times that we live in. So I feel like a lesson would be, that would be a perfect time to teach him a lesson about it, not to just say, hey, this is how I do this. Because what if he comes across a gun? Like, what if an incident was to happen? What if he wants to go back home and get a gun and show his friends down the street, this is how you do this and that, and then a freak accident was to happen? I also feel like it should have been a conversation with the mom as well, only because this is our son that we share together, and he is not of age. He's only 12 years old. So I feel like a conversation should have been had. Like, hey, this is what we doing today. Now, I don't know, like, you can't tell me what not to do with my son, but like, this is what I'm doing with my son. So I'm aware. You know what I'm saying? We don't, like, when it comes to baby mamas and baby daddies, we ain't got to be all, happy go lucky, this and that. It's not the perfect world. Everything is not butterflies, unicorns, and rainbows. But I feel like when it comes to things like that, we should be in communication with our partners. You know what I'm saying? We should, not our partners, but communication with our child's, other parent, and vice versa. Like, I feel like if she was to take the son somewhere or do something with the son that, is warranted for another parent's, opinion, I would say she needs to do the same. And like I said, I put myself in all people's shoes. I feel like he wasn't wrong, but he was wrong. Like, the way that he went by it was a little wrong. Like, you should tell me that you're teaching my son how to reassemble and assemble a gun. And what was the fucking lesson behind it? We just ain't gonna be doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Because he lives with me full time. So I need to know this is what y'all doing. If y'all doing some shit like that. And if you ain't teach him about, guns and gun violence and being safe around guns, I need to make sure I'm the one to teach him. Because you just teaching him, how to do the shit. So, yeah. I feel like you just got to have that healthy communication. Like, communication is key. You have to have that healthy communication when it comes to sharing another human with another person. So, yes, do what you do with your kids. Create your bonds with your kids and, teach your kids things that you want to teach them. But also keep that other parent in mind and communicate with them about what you're doing. Because what if they feel so strongly about something and you just doing what the fuck you want to do, not giving a fuck? I don't think that's right. Because we should put all parties' feelings involved, especially when the child is 12 years old. When the child turns 18, whoop-de-doo. But since the child is 12 years old and lives mainly in this person's household, I feel like that should have been a conversation. Because 12 years old, what are you, in the 6th grade? Or 5th grade, 6th grade? Yeah, bitch, tell me what you doing, the fuck? All right. All right, y'all. Make sure you don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Send me your perspectives to the Just Jada Pod Instagram page at Just Jada Pod. We do drop audio every morning at 8 a.m. on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, so don't forget to tune into that. And the visuals drop at 6 p.m. Central on YouTube. And I will see you guys in the next video.